Good afternoon, everyone. Pardon me. My name is Lafayette, and this is my channel where we make it make sense. I haven't been on here in a little bit. This is my first video for the month, so I felt the need to come and reiterate or touch on something again, and that's love and fear. Now we in the first month of the year, and this year has been pretty interesting so far, to say the least, and it's going to get a whole lot more. It's going to get a whole lot more interesting as the year moves along. Now we're in year 2025. 2, 2, and 5 is the number 9. 9 is the completion of a cycle. Numerology plays a big part in everything that goes on. So when you say 2025, just understand that we're in year number 9. You can do your research and see what year number 9 or what the number 9 means. I want to speak on fear again because it's a lot going on in the world, and that seems to pretty much, well, it's always the order of the day, but that seems to really pretty much be the order of the day. So what I want to do is give you an understanding about fear again. I've spoken on this before, but you know, they say that repetition is the father of learning, right? So let's have at it again. Now, fear. What is fear? Where does fear come from? Why is fear here? Because as we know, or we should know, or need to understand, that fear is not of God. It is not of the Creator. It's not of Mother, Father, God. Fear is not of God. That's something that was created outside of the realms of the divine. Fear does not exist in the realms of the divine, right? And fear is voluntary. So just relax, just think about it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, really try to process that little tidbit right there. Fear is voluntary. It's voluntary, right? Just think about it. Fear is voluntary because the way that this thing works, right, is like this. Now, you can ask people, you know, hey, do you believe in the Creator? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in Source? Like, yeah. You know, that's the quickest answer. Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. But then you moving around your whole life in a state of fear, or you know, you moving around in an energy of fear and weariness about potentialities of situations that could or could not arise. So then you have to ask yourself, well, do I really believe in the Creator? And then, pardon me, if I do believe in the Creator, do I believe that the Creator does not have his hand over me? He's not going to protect me. He's not going to take care of me. Because ultimately, if you have a relationship with Mother, Father, God, then there is nothing, not a thing, that should disrupt you in this life. Like, what's the saying? They say, just a grain of faith, as much as a grain of mustard seed, and you can command a mountain to move and jump into the ocean or something like that. Just a grain. And if you understand and understand how much a grain is, it's very, 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 very small. Just a grain. So that tells you the level of faith that you have to have in Mother, Father, God is very, very minimum. It's not a obstacle that you have to jump over or go all out of your way in order to attain. All you have to have is just as much as a grain of a mustard seed in faith. So when you catch yourself moving around out here in this world, and see, when we say on my station, let's make it make sense, like, yeah, let's make it make sense. Because you cannot have faith in the Creator, in Mother, Father, God, but then at the same time, you know what I'm saying, every time you turn around, you shaking in your boots, because then where's the trust? Where's that faith at that you are taken care of? You are taken care of and you are healed. So people have a hard time of differentiating fear, you know what I'm saying, from what they say love and faith, fear and faith. Because those two do not reside in the same house. You can't have faith and have fear. And if you have fear, you can't have faith. They're total opposites. You know what I'm saying? And they do not exist on the same planes of reality. They're two total opposite things. You know what I'm saying? They're like the daytime and the nighttime. They're total opposites of each other. Now, fear is of a low vibrational frequency to get you to feel as if you're not protected or cared for. And that's a lie. Unless this is an experience that you want to bring into your reality, and then it becomes your reality. It's allowed, because we have free will during this incarnation and other incarnations on this third dimensional plane to experience what realities we feel is for the benefit, the highest benefit of our soul's growth and evolution. So if you want to incorporate fear into your experience, then nothing is going to step in the way of that. You know what I'm saying? You're allowed to have whatever experiences it is that you feel your soul needs to have. But at the same time, if you choose not to live in a resonance of fear and you decide to go and move with faith, faith will carry you. And nothing in this world can disrupt that, can bother you. Once you tune in, really tune in, and understand that you are deeply, deeply, deeply loved and cared for, and there is nothing that's allowed to disrupt you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, unless it's something that you want to experience, that'll change the whole game that we're down here playing. Now, I know this to be a fact. Because I put this particular theory to the test myself. You know, it was a point in time in my evolution where I played the fear game. You know what I'm saying? It was certain situations and scenarios that played out over time that, you know, gave me a little scare here and there. And then I decided, like, okay, well, I've played this game and I know, you know, how this works. Let me try this faith thing out, which is not a game. I'm just saying a game, but it's not a game. It is a game. It is, but you know, that's all about perspective. Where you at, you know, vibrationally, you'll start to become more aware of what it is that we're doing here on Mama Gaia. But I decided to go ahead and put the faith to the test because I've never done that before. I've always done my own thing, and I know where that got me. Got me in trouble a lot of the times. Got me incarcerated a few times. It just always was. I ended up on the negative side of the board. So I'm like, okay, well, let me go ahead and actually, honestly pursue Mother, Father, God, and actually work this thing called faith, and see what kind of reality, and not so much testing the divine, but actually just opening myself up for a different experience and a different reality, because that was the potential of me taking this journey, is I would ultimately have an awareness of a different type of reality. And so I'm not one to lie, period. I don't believe in lying, because I feel like, and I haven't always been like this, I'm not gonna say that I've always been like this, but years now, it's been some years now, I refuse to lie about anything, because what is there to lie for other than to manipulate or to deceive? Now, when we're breaking things down in real time, we start to understand that we have a lot of bad habits it's just habits we shouldn't have. Like, some people even label this negative thing, which is lying, because there's no reason to ever lie. You always are supposed to be able to stand on your truth. And if you can't stand on your truth, I don't know. That's a different reality, because in this world that I reside in, there's never a time where you can't stand on the foundation of truth. It is what it is. And if you standing on your truth causes something, someone, or anything like that to be removed from your personal experience, hey, that's just the way that was written, and it's not for you to try to change that, because what is meant for you won't pass you by, and what passes you by was not meant for you. And if truth is the reason that something gets removed from your experience, then blessings be unto the Creator. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, for removing this element from my life that obviously was not meant to go with me during this next step or stage of my life. Because the truth will set you free. And so I don't lie. Like I said, I don't lie about anything. There's no reason for it. I don't condone lying. There's people that's made this term called a white lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, it's a lie, but it's not a real lie. It's not a bad lie. It's just a little lie. It's something that, no. A lie is a lie is a lie. Do not be deceptive. You know what I'm saying? We all have an obligation to each other as fellow human beings on this planet to give each other 100% truth, and then allow each other to decide based off of that truth if we want to continue on in this environment or not with said individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, people lie to keep people around, or people lie so that people don't get upset with them, or things of that nature. No. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That is one of my favorite quotes. I say it all the time. I say it to everybody. Like, truth is the foundation to build on. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You know what I'm saying? So, with this faith, this is real. Like, your faith will carry you through all storms and tribulations. And I, for one, have a lot of personal experience with that, to where I can attest to that today. I've put this faith theory to the test over the years, and I've come away I've come away unmarked, unbroken, unbound, unscratched, everything. You know what I'm saying? So I can attest that this is an actual fact. This is the truth. This is not like we hear these type of sayings, faith, much as a must see and all that, and it came from books and people from 2,000 years ago and whatever, and we don't really let that resonate because we feeling like that's just something that was going on back then, or that was a philosophy from back when, or whatever the case. And man, that don't apply today. We live in different times. Well, I'll tell you, I am here today, and I can attest to the fact that that is still as valid today as it was back then. But see, the mind has a way of playing tricks on us. And it's not so much self-sabotage, because it's our minds. The ego, your ego mind, it feels like it's protecting you. That's his job. That's the whole duty of the ego, is to protect you from unknown, unseen things, right? So it doesn't know any better. It's just doing what it was created to do for a time when it was necessary for that to be a part of your awareness and your continuing growth and development. But we're past that stage now. You know what I'm saying? We're at the stage where now we have to tell that ego, hey, buddy, you go ahead, man, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I'm going to grab the wheel. I got it. You know what I'm saying? And we riding with faith now. We not riding with fear. We riding with faith. And it doesn't matter that you can't, you know what I'm saying, put A, B, C and figure out right now how this is going to play out. That's the whole thing about faith. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, but you know. You know what I'm saying? It's a knowing that comes from the spirit. It's a knowing that comes from the soul. This is not something that you can mentally process. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be in that energy. And when you're honestly in that energy, oh, beautiful things happen. So, like I was saying, I know this to be a fact. I've been in a few very traumatizing and very crazy situations where I had to put that faith to the test. You know what I'm saying? I've been in vehicle crashes, where the faith was tested. And it's like, as I was heading into those situations, in that moment that I had, my awareness went to, okay, this is one of those moments. Where we at? You know what I'm saying? Do we got faith that we about to make it through this? Or is there fear and doubt that this is it for us? But hurry up, make a decision because it's gone. And I chose faith every time. And every single time, I've walked away without a scratch, scrape, cut, bump, bruise, or anything that should have came with said situations that I have personally been exposed to. So once again, I'm not speaking on, somebody else's ideals or thoughts or words or things that they wrote about or theorized or anything. No, this is my personal relationship with it that I've gained in these days and times. Like I said, I'm not somebody from way back when. I'm here today. It's 2025, January 2025. And I'm here today, living in these times, in these days. And this is my testimony. That it is still as valid today as it was back then. Like Brother Jesus said. He's the one that stated about having as much faith as a grain of a mustard seed. Now, if everybody understands that, Brother Jesus came here to be a revealer of truth and light, why would he say this if it wasn't so? See, we learn things and we read things, but we keep it at face value. We don't internalize it. Like, these were lessons that was given to us to be able to integrate, to integrate apply, and be. That's it. Like, we'll read, you know what I'm saying? We'll learn about things, but then for whatever reason, when it comes to the application of them, we allow our mind to trick us out of our spot by saying, oh, well, I'm not worthy. This wouldn't work for me. I'm not good enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. Like, we'll give ourselves 101 reasons of why we can't attain the same levels of love and divine protection that the other ascended masters did when they came through here. Like Brother Jesus also said, he said, I came here to show the possibilities of man. Now, think, because these weren't words. When Brother Jesus was here, he knew that he was only going to be here for a period of time, and that he needed, this information to be able to generate through the generations, so that people would have the information required to incorporate these Jews so that they can manifest their realities based off of the principles, because these awarenesses was lost at some point. And he said, yeah, I came here to show the possibilities of man, because that's one of our favorite things too. Oh man, I'm only human. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did this, I did that, or I'm this, but I'm only human. No. That's the best blessing that you have, is that you are eternal spirit soul that's having a human experience. And just because you're in a human vessel doesn't mean that you're not worthy or capable of attaining great heights with the divine. That's why Brother Jesus came here in the physical, to show the possibilities of man. Because at the end of the day, it all boils down to choices. What do you choose to be? Yeah, you can slip up, you can misstep, you can make a mistake, you can make 20 mistakes. But the thing is to learn and to move forward. Don't keep repeating the same lesson that you learned. Life is about growth and development and elevation, evolvement. And this is a school. You know what I'm saying? Like in any school that we go to, everybody don't pass the math test on the first try. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to take it a couple times before you pass it. That means that, as we move along, we learn. And everybody is not learning at the same stage. So it's okay if you feel that you've had a misstep somewhere. That's part of being human, because we are perfectly imperfect. No one was ever perfect. I wouldn't even say that Brother Jesus was 100% imperfect, but 100% perfect. But that depends. Like, the lessons in the literature has been so mixed up and watered down and manipulated that it's kind of hard to have a real working clarity of the exact events that supposedly had took place, at times and stages of this reality. But saying all that to say that you didn't come here to be perfect. You were already perfect before you came here. You didn't come here to be perfect. You came here to learn what it is to be imperfect, and through that imperfection still raise to the highest height. That's what you're here for. No one is not perfect. And that's another thing, the miseducation of us as a people. They teach us that, God, Mother, Father, God is a judging God, a wrathful God, a jealous God, all these negative things attached to source, when that's not true. But they planted these seeds in our minds so that we would conform to this program that's running here, and that we would believe that we were unworthy of salvation, like the whole born in sin. I never really got with that particular line of thought, because it even before I got, you know, on my journey, I never really got with that, because like, you mean to tell me fresh out the womb? And like I said, my channel, for everybody, I mean, I know people, you know, you structured and you grounded and your foundations are what your foundations are, but just do a little bit of critical thinking. Like, think outside the box for a little bit. You don't have to, but let's try to think outside the box, just with the what if. You know, let's just look at some different possibilities, because as we learn every day in our lives, we're finding out that things are not as they have been presented to us. And so, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? We learned that we was in the trick box. You know what I'm saying? That we had the wool pulled over our eyes, that, you know what I'm saying, we didn't been bamboozled, or however you want to write it up. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, what we were taught to understand, what we were programmed to understand is not right and exact. And so fine, cool. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to stay in that place forever. It's okay, you know what I'm saying, to reprogram yourself with the correct understanding and awareness of how things truly are. Because if you seek, you shall find. Knock and the door will be open unto you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. That is the 100% whole honest truth. If you investigate, I promise you, you will start finding things that has always been there. But your faith in the system has kept you in a place of where, well, I don't have to research or look into things myself, because I trust in the people that pass this information on to me. I trust in them to do right by me. And so I don't need to research, because I'm going to listen to what I'm being told instead of being what I know. And that is a major roll of the dice right there. You know, because man knows not by being told. If man would know, he himself must be what he knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be the message that you bring. You have to be the message that you bring. You have to know. Especially when we talking about souls. When your soul is on the line. I mean, your soul ain't on the line in a negative sense. Because at the end of the day, everybody's going to go back home. Now, it's going to take some souls a little longer than others, because they have to repeat lessons that they didn't learn during the round. But everybody is guaranteed to make it back home. Like I said, some just going to move along faster than others. Same with a regular school. You know what I'm saying? Some people graduate ahead of their class, with their class, and some people fail and fall back a grade or two. You know what I'm saying? And they behind the class. But that doesn't mean that anybody is no better than others. Just some learn faster than others. That's all. But end of the day, you know, if you don't want to keep repeating the same lessons over and over and over again, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to kind of get the lesson, pass your test, and graduate and move on to the next level. That's all. That's the way that this whole thing works. That's what we want to do. And so, you know, faith and fear do not go hand in hand. Fear, like I was stating earlier, is voluntary. Because, like I said, if you have faith in Mother, Father, God, like me personally, I've had conversations with people, and I tell them in a heartbeat, man, look, I can't die. I can't get sick. I can't get hurt. I can't this. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I refuse to speak anything outside of love and light into my reality. And that's been my reality. You know what I'm saying? It has not been anything less. And those testing times that were given to me to see if I actually was the message that I bring, if I actually stood on what I was moving around and saying, were given to me, and I passed with flying colors because I chose faith over fear. Like, yeah, I'm really gonna, because if it doesn't work, then okay, that's a trip I'm just gonna have to take. But I'm willing to take this gamble and put my money on faith and not fear. And it paid off. You know, it was one point in time, a few years back, I was in a car accident. And I died. You know what I'm saying? I had a whole slow motion thing and everything. And this was a faith test. You talk about a faith test. This was a faith test. I'm talking about big faith test. And I know within my heart of hearts that had I given into fear and confusion or delusion instead of standing on faith, I would not be here making this video right now. And so this is real personal to me that I share this truth that's been kept away from us as a people. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is really real. I said I was gone. I was on the other side. You know, you want to call it the upper room, I call it the waiting room. Because I wasn't all the way where I was going yet. But I was out of this suit. I wasn't in this vessel no more. You know, I was on the other side of the veil. And I had some things going on over there that I had to show and prove where I was at with everything that was going on. And I have a video I put up about that. I believe it was the first video I put up, and it's labeled "I Died for a Day and Met God." And yeah, that really happened. And it's crazy. You know, it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me to get the awareness that this thing is really real, and I really can put my faith and trust in Mother, Father, God. And they got me. They got me. All I have to do is know in my heart of hearts and believe that I'm cared for. And they got me. Biggest revelation I received in my life. And from there on out, it's been forward motion. You know what I'm saying? I don't have fear. Like, people talk about fear, like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, so back to it's voluntary. Because, like, okay, example. You go outside, right? Say you don't live in the best neighborhood. Okay? And you like, well, you know, I'm kind of worried, or I'd be a little skeptical about going outside or going to the store or whatever like this because of the neighborhood that I reside in. First off, you have to ask yourself, do you think any environment on this planet is bigger than Mother, Father, God? Like, that's why I say you gotta do a self-check with where you're really at with the Creator. You know what I'm saying? Because we play pretend with ourselves. You know, we'll say that we here and there, but we actually not. And you can't false flag, you can't play pretend with the divine. You know what I'm saying? They know your spirit better than you know your spirit. As soon as you start to formulate a thought, you know what I'm saying, it's already known. You know, you on the slow end of the spectrum while physically incarnated in these vessels. So if mother father say I got you, I got you, and if you think that something outside of mother father is more potent than them, then that's where that's what knocks you out of the protective field of their love and care, because obviously how it's going to be written up and presented on that side is obviously you want to have this experience, and that's fine. You're not judged, you're not held or looked at in no type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are totally allowed to have whatever type of experience you want to have in this reality for your soul's growth and development. That is your right. And so when you go out and you emanate those vibrations of shakiness and fear and all of that, that lets the divine know that, oh, yeah, he okay. You know, we're gonna go ahead and fall back and let him get this experience that he vibrating up, because what you put out is what you bring back. So if you putting this energy of fear up into the ethers, into the universe, you know what I'm saying, then cause and effect, you're gonna reap what you sow. You're gonna bring that experience into your reality, because this is what you emanate out. And you telling the universe, hey, I need situations to come across my path to confirm my vibrations. You know what I'm saying? And so you get it. And then you want to turn around, damn, God, well, why it ain't got nothing to do with mother, father. That has nothing to do with them. There's a free will clause that they're not going to violate, because this is your experience. And so you are the author of your experiences in life. Everybody want to blame everything outside of themselves because they have a lack of awareness that we are the creators of our experience based off of where we at along the way. And nobody or nothing in the universe can dictate what goes on in our experience outside of us. It's all about the choices we make, the people, places, things. Everything always falls back on us. You know what I'm saying? What calls we make, what choices we make, what decisions we make. What it's all about us. If we sit back and actually take a little accountability for the situations that go on in our life, I promise you, you can always get back to the place where it started with you. The domino effect of whatever negative type of thing, what you consider to be a negative thing that came across your path, fell back. You can place yourself into it. Now, this one is kind of particular because, like I said, we are accountable for everything. But then you have people be like, oh, well, what about if someone comes and does something to me? Now, that's why I say with this whole journey, it's about a perspective. It's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll go deeper, and as we go deeper, we'll understand that before our incarnations, you know what I'm saying, we set up what's called a soul contract. And we wrote up, not literally, but, you know, figuratively, we say soul contract, and we designated that we would have certain experiences in our lifetime. Rather it was to balance off some negative karma that we created in a past life, or what may have you. And so we always write up, you know, the experiences that we're going to have during this incarnation, and then we create the rest. So a lot of times like my accident, for example, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't drunk or geeked or tweaking or nothing like that when I had my accident and died. This was something that I wrote up before my incarnation here, because I wasn't drunk or high or nothing like that and end up crashing into the pole and killing myself and all of that. No. You know what I'm saying? I was driving And I had just received a revelation, not too long ago prior to the event. And all I was doing was I was just in my head. I was on my way somewhere and I was just thinking about the revelation I just had. And I had a revelation about the devil. I had a revelation, you know what I'm saying? And I was just in my head. I was ecstatic. I was happy. Like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going. Like, I just really feel like I gained an understanding that I don't have to have a fear of this particular thing, that I'm covered. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm great. Like, there's nothing. And I was that's the energy I was in. So yeah, this was definitely wrote up for this time period where I would receive that revelation, which would trigger me to emanate those type of vibrations, which would in turn create this situation, because that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? I was in my head 1 minute, happy, yeah, it's going, and then voice came, you know what I'm saying? Another voice came, you created this, what you gonna do? And boom, now here's a major faith test that I'm about to experience. I wasn't aware of it at that particular moment. I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And initially, my first thing was panic. Like, oh man, what the hell? What's going on? That was my first just reflex. But then, real quick, I kind of lined myself back up. I understood the assignment. I understood what was going on. It was like, okay, like you talking, you walking, you vibrating, like, okay, you gonna stand on truth, you gonna stand on love, you gonna stand on faith. Boom. Here's a test for you. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You gonna stand up or you gonna sit down? Whew. And like I said, I did not know what the outcome of that event was gonna be. I count my blessings, and I'm very grateful that I was able to experience that, and I can sit here and share about it today. But I didn't know, and my ego mind telling me, to fold up and to give into the fear, and and it's like, no, man, no more fear. No, we standing on faith. I said I'm walking with God, and we standing on that. We standing on that. Whatever this is about to create, we about to stand on that. And if this is the end of our flight here, then I know, that I get a passing grade for this particular test when it's over and done with. And that's where I was at. And lo and behold, that's how that played out. But you never know your faith until you stand on it. You have to stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, words are just words. You can sit there and do this all day. But words without works it's just words. So I got off. I'm trying to help give a visual of what I'm trying to present to y'all. Because we in some particular times right now. I don't know the level of awareness of the people that may come across this video, but I feel as though anybody with eyes to see and ears to hear, any kind of awareness, can see that the world is changing very fast. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And honestly, the focus should be on Mother, Father, God. That's where the protection is at. That's where the love is at right now. I mean, it's always been right now, tomorrow, whenever, but that's should be the only focal point. You know what I'm saying? Not so much concerned with what's going on out there, because what can you do to change it? What can you do about it? But what you can do is protect self. You can protect yourself. You can suit up in your spiritual armor. You know what I'm saying? You can protect yourself and the ones that you love, and be ready for any type of test that may come your way, so that you can stand firm, in your conviction. Yeah, you can stand firm in what you stand on. And now it doesn't matter what's going on out there, because you good, you Gucci. Whatever happens out there, it ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you chose what side of the board you gonna vibrate on. You chose your team. You chose your side. You know what I'm saying? You have, in this dualistic world right now, which is quickly coming to an end, you have your negative energy box. You have your positive energy box. There is no in between anymore. There is none of this. There is no middle ground. No middle ground. You either emanating, vibrating here, or you vibrating here. And where you get caught vibrating at is going to designate, you know what I'm saying, your reality. It's just we at that time. And so fear is something like you gotta shake that particular program of you have to be afraid. No, because once again, if you trust and love Mother, Father, God, what is there to fear? Who or what can go against you? Like, if God is for you, who can be against you? That is real. I'm telling you, that is so real. I speak a lot about myself because I can't speak for other people. I only can speak for me and what I've experienced and been exposed to, because I have an awareness of this. This is not me saying, oh, well, somebody told me this, or I read this somewhere, or no. This is actual facts from my collection of life experiences that I've been exposed to up to this point. And so I share with the community in hopes that, you can trust in what it is that I'm giving to you. Like, I don't lie. And I would never lie on Mother, Father, God. And when I tell you that if you want to be cared for and protected, you are cared for and protected. If you don't think that you're cared for and protected, then you won't be cared for and protected, because this is your experience, and thought is the cause of it all. Like you heard, thought is the cause of it all. As a man thinketh, so shall his reality be. You know what I'm saying? We are creators. Once again, this is not he's one of those people. No. Understand who we are. We are creators. We are the creators of our realities, based off of where we are along the way. And I want to share this. Like, I know I probably keep saying the same thing over and over, because I love humanity. I love people. I love humans. I love being a human. It's a very profound experience. You know what I'm saying? To experience being a human being in a 3D reality. Yes, it's trying, it's traumatizing, it's all of that. But at the same time, it's beautiful, because without a foe, a soldier never knows his true strength, and strength must be developed by the exercise of thought. So for every situation that seems like, it's a negative that's coming to you, it's to help you build up your durability. You know what I'm saying? And to give you higher degrees of awareness, and help you build on strengths that you didn't even realize that you had, and understandings that come from the trials and awarenesses that you could have never gained outside of being exposed to these type of environments and situations. Like I said, I went to the other side. I can't make this up. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't feel how I feel today had I not experienced those trials. You know what I'm saying? I'm as sturdy in my foundation today because of the test that came across my path and that I chose to face head on instead of cowering away, and which would have placed me in a different reality right now. I'm so proud that I decided, you know what I'm saying, to face these fears instead of run from them. And that's for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing is allowed to happen in your experience that you don't want to happen in your experience. Fear is an illusion. Fear. Fear. False evidence appearing real. Fear is not real. Like, it's like, why? If you see somebody walking down the street with a dog and you wanna run all the way across the street, why? Oh man, because I don't know, that dog might bite me. Why are you thinking that? Why automatically go to a negative side of a scenario? Why can't your mind process, you see somebody walking with a dog and you be firm in the fact that, oh, hey man, that's a nice dog you got there, and there is no thought of something negative being able to arise out of this encounter? Like, why automatically always go left? See a group of guys standing somewhere, oh man, come on, let's go to another store. I don't want to go there, man, because it's too many dudes right there. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Why put that energy in the air? And we all know the type of reality we live in. Like, when I was younger, me and my friends and stuff, we all used to hang out together. We all be up at the store or be in the neighborhood or something like that. And we wasn't necessarily thinking about the people that was coming in and out to the store, to the laundromat, hair store. Man, we wasn't thinking about them. You know what I'm saying? But I seen plenty of times, you know, you see people ride past a group of us and automatically think a negative thought. Oh man, they might try to do something. Why? You know what I'm saying? We focusing on trying to take over the world. We got our own thoughts and views, you know, on how we trying to do what we doing. We ain't thinking about no random people moving around on the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's people. You know what I'm saying? This is all yours. Like, if you've ever experienced somebody drive past you, you walking down the street, somebody ride past you, all of a sudden you hear click, 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 click. They done locked all their doors. Now, you was just in your own world, ain't had no thought about nothing. Ain't thinking about nobody. You thinking about whatever it is you thinking about and going about your day. And all of a sudden, it's brought to your awareness that now you see where this person's thought was at. You click, 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 click. They locked all their doors as if you was about to run in the middle of the street, broad daylight, and open their door and what? Try to get in their car or take, like, it don't make no sense. But people move with this fear. That's why I said it's voluntary. It's all about what you put out. You know what I'm saying? And where you at, and those people that's like that don't have faith in the divine. And people might try to argue me down all day, and that's fine. But like I said, at this channel, we gonna make it make sense. And there is no way that you have faith in God, and yet every chance you get, you cowering or you hiding, or, you know what I'm saying, you moving around in ways that show that you are not grounded in the foundation of faith in the Creator. That's impossible. And this year is going to be a lot of stuff going on. I think January has been something so far. This is one of the years, all of these years, you know what I'm saying? Every year has been something. But this year, you know, it's moving along. And fear is the order of the day. So I just want y'all, family out there, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I pray for y'all. I meditate on y'all. I send a whole lot of positive love and light to the entire planet at all times, because we all at different stages and phases of our walks, and everybody haven't necessarily got the memo yet. But I'm just saying, let's stay woke. Stay woke. When you see this stuff going on out here, don't let your first reaction be whoo, and automatically jump in that pool of fear. No. Just try to stop yourself for a second. Like, man, hold on. And think about it. Think about what you just seen on TV, what you just heard, what was just said. Like, think for a second. And then make a calculated choice of which energy you want to feed. Do you want to feed this energy of fear? Or do you want to feed this energy of positivity, love, and light? Because both sides are available to everybody. You are the one. We all get to make a choice of which energy we want to feed. And so that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I see I've almost been talking for about an hour now. I could talk about this all day, all night, and give a trillion examples. But my main point is just, listen, y'all, it's 2025. You know, this thing has been going on for a minute now. We've seen a whole lot more this past 4 years than we've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Our whole lives. More information, more stuff has happened in the last 4 years than happened in my 45 years of life. All kind of stuff coming out, all kind of truths coming to the surface, all kind of hidden thing, everything. It's so much going on because we are in them times. And so instead of running, you know, and hiding and hoping and wishing for something to come and save us, because that's another thing. Salvation is personal. No one's coming to save you. You know, no one's coming to save us. You have to make a conscious choice to save yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is your journey. You know what I'm saying? This is for your soul's growth. This is not a group thing. You know what I'm saying? Each individual has his own journey that he signed up to experience and go through. And you can't save nobody, and nobody can save you. The only person that you can save is yourself. And by you saving yourself, you will be the message that you bring, and others around you will be able to see that message, and they'll be able to chime in. You know what I'm saying? They'll wanna copy that. You know what I'm saying? Or not so much copy it, but it'll, you know, your light will spark a flame in them to where now they want to start delving inside to find that light within themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that works. It's a domino effect. Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? And how do you teach? You teach by example. You lead by example. You don't lead by this. You know what I'm saying? You lead by being the message that you bring. You have to be what you know. For you can't tell somebody something, you know what I'm saying, that you have not done yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to be the message that you bring. But fear, don't let it trick you out your spot. That is my main point, is don't let fear trick you out your spot. Like, we come into a very pivotal point, you know, in what's going on with the planet right now. And just don't let fear trick you out your spot. Trust in the divine. Trust in love. Trust in light. The light has won. You just have to, you know, get your awareness of it. But the light has won. There's nothing to fear. All is well. And so I suppose I'll leave it there. for this message. But hey, I love y'all. It's cold outside. Stay warm and try to stop giving so much energy into fear. Like constantly watching stuff on TV where they trying to keep you in that state, watching this negative thing happen over here, this negative thing happened over there, this negative thing happened last week, this negative thing happened last night. Stop bombarding your subconscious and your conscious mind with all these images and feeds of doom and gloom. Because there is something going on a higher scale that's outside of people's perspective. You know what I'm saying? There's some there's a reason for a lot of the stuff that's surfacing right now on a higher level. You know what I'm saying? And so don't be so quick to feel like you can gauge what's going on and you understand what's going on because what you see around it. No. There's a higher purpose. There's a higher thing going on that is outside of the physical awareness of humans. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to tap in. You got to tap in to the spiritual side of yourself. And then all things will be revealed and you will be comforted in the knowing that all is truly well. So with that being said, I love y'all. Once again, my name is Lafayette. I pray for y'all every night. I pray for the whole world. Just try your best to start being accountable for your thoughts and your energy that you passing around or that you taking in. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not a game. There's a very, very big shift going on. And like I said, the light has won. Just tune in and all things will be revealed. You know what I'm saying? Tune in. The light has won. The creator is here. Some house cleaning is going on. It's about to be a brand new day. They say the darkest night is before the dawn. Yeah. But a beautiful, beautiful sunrise is on the horizon. So with that, I'll leave y'all. Peace and love. Stay tight, stay woke, and stay blessed.